Hello, how is everyone doing today? And welcome back to Jacqueline Marie's Art. Are you a woman that is looking forward to getting married, but you're wondering possibly why you can't, secure a husband or a guy to marry you, or probably a guy to take you seriously, or solidify, a relationship that will eventually lead to marriage, or even getting, like a commitment, a real commitment that could blossom into something. Okay. Are you having sex with these men? That's probably the reason. I would say that is actually the reason. If you are a woman and you are looking to get married, this goes for any age. This is an all age thing, okay? Do not have sex with anyone. I know this is easier said than done, yes, because we live in a society where it's normal to date people and have sex with them. That it's become the norm. But I'm here to tell you that that is actually the abnormal way of doing things. Abnormalities have been normalized. What you do is you can date a few people, more than one. Yes, you can. You could date a bunch of people, and that way you're not relying on one guy to, like, in case that doesn't work out, your heart won't be so shattered in pieces. So you could date a few people all at once. You go out, you could even tell them about each other. That's probably even better. So, or you could just keep it to yourself, but you date more than one guy. You do not sleep with anyone. You do not give anyone any kind of sexual services that they do not deserve, have earned, or need. Okay, so you know what I'm talking about in sexual services, because some people will say, oh, we don't have sex, but you know we fool around and we go close to sex as possible. No, don't do any of that. Okay, you got to get out of the mindset, ladies, that you need to have sex with men that you are dating. You need to have sex with men that's boyfriends, or you need to go as far as possible without actually having sex. Learn to cool yourself down. How do you do that too? Also, stop wearing a lot of revealing clothes. Keep yourself covered up. You look beautiful covered up. Actually, what I've observed is the women that are mostly married are usually covered up. They usually they're not wearing anything that really advertise their bodies half as much. Look at wives. A lot of them are fully dressed. I mean, of course, there are wives that dress sexy too. Yes, I'm aware. But generally speaking, the ladies that I've noticed that are married are usually covered up. And they usually sometimes don't even look as good as the girls who are showing everything. It's just a very average, plain looking woman. So that should tell you that men are not choosing women solely on their looks or if they're half naked. Because a lot of wives really are humdrum looking. I'm just saying by what I've observed. I don't know what she has under her dress, because a lot of ladies who are married are actually covered up. So keep yourself covered up. Stop giving away valuable things to people who haven't earned it. Okay, we talk about in these videos here that men do not give their valuables away to you these days for nothing. They practically want you to somewhat prostitute yourself, meaning give them something, that valuable thing, in exchange for their money. It is not given away easily. It is not given away freely. With some women, it's not given away at all. They don't want to give the woman anything, not even a bottle of juice. So a lot of men are getting away with getting a lot of valuables out of women with absolutely no investment. They're getting all the sex. They're getting a full commitment. They're getting prioritized. They're getting help. They're getting to live in your apartment, driving your car, whatever the case may be. So do you see why nowadays men have no interest in actually marrying? Because the thing that they would have married for is the same thing that they are getting all at once. I was reading, some comments on a post where the guy had the video says, does marriage benefit black men? Absolutely it does. But in this day and age, with the free roaming sex and the no accountability, they don't see the value in marriage anymore. why is marriage valuable to them? Because God gave us this institution. He never gave us anything that was not good for us. Marriage is actually extremely valuable for men and women of all races, and it's good for society, it's good for children, it's good for structure, it's good for a blessing from God, because God said in his word, when you marry, a man that finds a wife finds a good thing. And when the guy marries, God adds his super to your natural, meaning it's a blessed union. But nowadays, their eyes have been blinded to the fact that this is a good thing. Satan have a way of making the good thing seems like complete garbage, and the bad thing seems like the good thing. So ladies, if you want to get married, and a lot of ladies do, but you're doing it the wrong way. You're going into these relationships, you're giving the man everything. He's getting it all. So he has no desire to marry anyone after all of this, because that's that saying that, that I hate these ridiculous terms. Oh, why buy the cow? You get the milk for free. That term. I wish I had something better to use, because I don't really like that one. But yeah, to that degree, they don't have to earn anything. They don't have to work or prove themselves. It's just very easy. And that's what's cheating a lot of women out of marriage, which is valuable for women too, very valuable. And it's cheating you, out of a real commitment, out of a real dedication. And it's leaving you with your heart broken. It's leaving you disappointed. It's leaving you bitter. It's leaving you cheated, because this is exactly what's happening to you. You're being cheated out of something valuable, but you're not aware that you are participating in your own self-destruction. So how do you self-destruct? By keep having sex with men you are not married to, hoping to get married. So this is a broken system, and you're doing it the broken way. All right, so this is why the men are, so spoiled, so mean-spirited, so carefree, careless. They don't care about you. They don't like you. So this sex, this half-naked dressing, do you notice it's not bringing the men closer to you? It's driving them away. It's actually having the opposite effect of what you really want. So you're doing it the same way, hoping for a different way. You got to change the way you do things. You got to stop going about dating these men, because you can't say you're in a relationship with most men these days. They're sleeping with you, getting the full benefit package, and you can't even say that's my man. You see what I'm saying here? So if you are a woman listening to this of any age group and you desire marriage, stop giving sex to men, any kind of sex, whatever it is, touching, going around half naked, doing all the current popular ways. This is the way. We're in a system right now that's really anti woman. I would even go as far as say anti-human in some ways, because it's it's packaged really nicely, but it's really for your self-destruction. Look, this is what's advertised to you, to dress skanky or scantily, I would rather say, to sleep with whoever, be free. You're a feminist, I don't know what they want to call it. You're a free woman. You could have as much sex as you want, do with who. No, you can't. You can, but you are not told. When we're showing all this debauchery and self-indulgence, what's the problem with all of this is we're not shown the outcome of this action. What are the repercussions if I live this way? We really live in a world of consequences. It's there is an action, there is an outcome for every action. So you have to really, you cannot believe the lie that you can do what you want or do what thou wilt. Okay, go ahead, but there are consequences, and it's usually consequences that you don't want. It's always something that leaves you disappointed, leaves you brokenhearted, and just empty inside and bitter. This is happening with both men and women. They're bitter and miserable and disappointed too, because nobody is going to sleep around and not, reap what they sow. So you see how this is like an anti-human system we have nowadays. It's telling you to do all these kind of indulgences, but it's not telling you the outcome of these indulgences. I would say don't indulge. Don't sleep around. Don't believe the lie that you can just woohoo, party over here, have all the sex you want with whoever you want, and it's not going to affect you in a negative way. Yes, it will. It will block you from marriage. It will block you from even having any kind of commitment with men. It will block you from men taking you seriously. And it will leave you wounded and damaged emotionally. And if you have kids, you can end up taking out that misery on those kids. And like I've said before, a curse, which is what they call a bad luck, could follow these children where they die before their time. A lot of people die before their time, and whatever the circumstances may be. And we don't really know. We just see the surface level. We're not aware of the spiritual part of all of these deaths. Like, oh, his boyfriend killed him, or her boyfriend killed her, or whatever. He got shot. There's a spiritual connotation behind this where you lived a certain way and a curse fell upon you. We can't see the spiritual, so it's often overlooked. So there's a lot of repercussions to wild, debaucherous living. I don't even know if that's a word. Maybe I just invented it. So, do this if you want to get married. Quit the sex. Quit giving these men this valuable thing that they have not earned. They don't deserve it, and they treat it like it's not worth anything, when it's worth everything. It's worth more than you can ever imagine. So stop. Give yourself, position yourself to become a wife, because with you being a wife, you get the full benefits package. You get a structured home for your children. You get a man that's all yours. All right, you could claim him to the government. When they look at your paper, they look at if he's your husband. If the guy, unfortunately, God forbid, he dies, you get, if he had a pretty decent job, and hopefully you pick men with decent jobs, you get that money or whatever. There are benefits to this. He could put you on his health insurance. I'm just saying, your kids could be on that. It's just a structure where you need to be in. You cannot continue to be free roaming, because it's not beneficial to you. All right, to keep going around half naked, sleeping with whoever you want, whenever you want, having kids with whomever, or if you know whoever it is, or whatever. You understand? This does not work for your benefit. This works against you. All right, so constantly going outside half naked, having kids with whomever, giving sex to whomever, this is all against you. This is anti-you as a person. This is anti your children. This is anti the man who is doing this with you. Because a lot of guys, the curse that a lot of guys fall into behind this is the man could turn out to be worthless. So yes, there are curses in these kind of activities. This stuff doesn't benefit anybody. This is for the detriment of society and humanity, all these kind of lackluster living. So that's it, ladies. That's the magic behind getting into a stable relationship. Stop having sex with men you are not married to. All right, I know you've been conditioned and programmed to have sex with whomever, whenever, but I'm here to tell you this is anti-you, and it's not working in your benefit. All right, so let's do this the right way. Make men earn what they're supposed to get. That way they'll respect you, take you seriously. This day and age, men barely take women seriously. They just use this frivolous, useless things to just use for their sexual desire. How did they end up like this? We conditioned them like that by giving them this valuable thing before marriage. Now they don't care about us, and this is the reason behind it. So we don't know that, but I'm here to tell you this is it. That's why they're behaving that way, like spoiled brats, because of all the gorgeous ladies giving all this sex. And please know that I consider every lady gorgeous. I do not care what the woman look like or whoever she is or wherever she comes from. All ladies are gorgeous to me here. So this, if I say gorgeous lady, I'm talking to any woman listening here from 1 to 2,000, all right? So please quit this self-destructive behavior and, be as selfish and safeguarding with your good stuff the way men are with theirs. All right, it is for your own benefit that you live your life this way. All right, you have less heartache, less disappointments, less emotional baggage, and when you finally do get married, you could give yourself to your husband. You won't be depleted. So a lot of men are walking around here too. They're mean spirited and evil and zombie like, and that's because they're depleted. All the women that they've had sex with, because the popular word on the street is, oh yes, men, get it all out, go all in, do all you want before you get married. And when he's married, finally, he's depleted. He does not know that he's used up spiritually. He cannot give himself to his wife. He's distant. He does not desire his wife. All right. So this is depleting people. That's why I said this system nowadays is anti-human, because it's only preaching self-destruction to people. All right. So take this advice and do your stuff the right way and get better outcomes. That's beneficial to everyone involved. All right. No more bitter, dark people walking around because of wrong sex. Wrong sex breaks the heart and wounds the soul. It turns people soulless and cold. All right? So stop this type of, light living. All right? So that's all I had to say here. And as usual, this channel is not here to bash anyone. It is only here to tackle issues that are, men and women are facing, because we're facing the same things, just in different genders. So if you're someone from wherever and this information is helpful to you, please use it. All right? Because everybody from all walks of life, someone from every walk of life is suffering through some of these issues I'm talking about here. All right, so thank you for tuning in, and I talk to you guys later. Okay, bye.